Okay, recording has started, Mary Beth.
Hello, I'm Mary Beth Wright, Director of Outreach, and my teammate Tracy Mann is the Director of Professional Advisor Services. And I'd like to welcome you on behalf of the Foundation for Appalachia, Ohio. For those of you that are new to FAO, we are a community foundation serving all 32 counties in Appalachia, Ohio, pursuing the tremendous vision for the citizens of Appalachia, Ohio to live in a region abundant with possibilities. The FAO partners with over 540 funds working with individuals, not-for-profits, businesses, schools, and communities to create opportunities by inspire and supporting philanthropy. This includes, but not limited to, working with 11 counties who have partnered with the FAO to house and manage their local community funds. Those include Gallia, Guernsey, Harrison, Highland, Hocking, Jackson, Meigs, Monroe, Morgan, Nelsonville, and Perry, as well as our regional partnership with the African American Community Foundation. We stand ready to help donors, professional advisors, and our partners fulfill their charitable dreams. From creating permanent sources of revenue for their favorite not-for-profits, lifting up a legacy, or supporting annual gifts to causes and organizations closest to their heart. FAO provides a one-stop shop for all your philanthropic needs. Please note for future reference, and if you would like to share with others who are interested, this webinar will be recorded. After the presentation, you are encouraged to remain for a question and answer session. As questions arise, please feel free to type them into the chat box. They will be answered during our Q&A. We ask that you please stay muted during the presentation. We thank all of you for attending today's presentation, and a special thank you to David Simon for his time to share about how the Ensuring a Better World Fund can assist with an exciting charitable gift option. David is the co-founder and president of the Ensuring a Better World Fund, an opportunity for all financial professionals to help do their part to give back to charity. Mr. Simon created the Arbitrage Life Payment System, the nation's first of the current day life insurance premium finance payment plans. STP Enterprises, Inc., the company he co-owns with his wife, Pam, and has sold over 1,500 policies financed through the ALPS and finances and refinances billions of dollars of loans. David is an attorney who began his career in litigation, the Northridge Meadows case arising out of the earthquake in California, and in the Adams case arising out of the shooting in Chicago, are among some of the notable actions David has litigated. In addition to being involved with many charities over his last 40 years, he served on charitable boards and currently serves on 2 boards. David is a graduate of the University of Michigan. We told him we wouldn't hold that against him, and earned his law degree from the University of California. Thank you for being with us today, David, and I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate that introduction. Do want to say I do have ties to Ohio, even though I went to University of Michigan. My first cousin is the president of the University Hospitals and Case Western Medical School. And also we have a very strong relationship with one of your fine banking institutions, Huntington Bank. So although I thought while in school I may never get to Ohio, I have since learned that Ohio has quite a bit to offer, and I'm very fond of the place. I also want to thank you for that introduction, but want to note that those are just a bunch of facts about my life that I think are notable accomplishments, but really they're highlighted to suggest credibility. I'm going to do something a little different today. I don't want you to rely on my credibility. I want you to rely on the facts that you already know or can easily find out from other industry sources. To start today, I would like all of you to take a moment and close your eyes. Think for a moment of an organization, charity or cause that really touches you. How would you like to make an impact on that charity or cause? I know for many of you, it is that this foundation, and I appreciate, again, being hosted by the foundation. But I want you to think of what that foundation does that resonates so deep within you. What of their 5 pillars, education, environmental, economic development, health and human services, or the arts and culture, speak to you? We're going to return to that thought at the end of the webinar. Also want to state that it's a shame that I can't be with you in person. The most fun I have doing these talks is to really hear the stories that you have, and they're interacting on a face-to-face basis. Because what we're going to talk about today is really the opportunity to do good. When I founded or co-founded the Ensuring a Better World Fund with my partner, Robert Stuchner, our mission is simple. It is to fund other charities by transforming unwanted life insurance into a donor's philanthropic ideals. The three main things you will learn today are the 3 opportunities and the urgency of acting now. There's an opportunity for potential donors. Potential donors are already making the decisions to lapse their life insurance policy. There's no change in human behavior required. And that's one of the things that I love most about what I do. We don't have to motivate people to change what they're already doing. Now, allow those donors, we're a little ahead, Sarah. Now allow those donors, your clients, to donate their unwanted life insurance policy to fulfill their philanthropic ideal and leave a legacy that they value. And Ensuring a Better World Fund, although the donation is made to our charity, the donors choose the charity they wish to support when donating to Ensuring a Better World Fund. Secondly, it is an opportunity for charities to access easily and without cost the nation's largest untapped asset class for donations. There's over $20 trillion, that's 20 trillion, of life insurance in force in the United States today. If you didn't already know that scintillating fact, go ahead, Google it. Type in how much life insurance is in force in the United States. Without opening any link, you can read that 3 years ago, there was $19.6 trillion of life insurance in force. And with the growth in the last 3 years, as I said, there is over $20 trillion in force. That is equivalent to all the residential real estate in the United States combined. Just under 90% of life insurance policies will lapse without paying a death benefit. Google that too if you don't know it. But think of the impact that we can make together if we can direct or redirect some of those lapsing policies on seniors to charity. The opportunity is enormous. It's also an opportunity for financial professionals who deal with life insurance. It is that opportunity to do good while doing well. The opportunity to serve their clients' interests and fulfill their clients' philanthropic ideals from an asset that would otherwise go to waste. It is the opportunity to benefit the causes they believe in by finding life insurance policies that are being thrown away and literally transforming that policy into support for the cause you imagined when you closed your eyes. It is the opportunity to increase your own personal job satisfaction, something that we all need, and gain prestige through being associated with the donation of a policy and the work that the particular charity you are able to fund. In our short time, you'll learn about these 3 opportunities and that the urgency of acting is now. 10,000 people a day turn 65 in this country. Google it. Life insurance policies will lapse during the course of this webinar. I will briefly outline those benefits to the three constituents, and then we will cover a quick case study. And we plan to have plenty of time for discussion and questions. So as Mary Beth mentioned, please put your questions into the chat room, and hopefully we will get time for them all. Let's start with the opportunity and benefits to the donors. First, there is the economic value. Second, ensuring a better world fund is a paradigm shift. And third, the joy of giving. For whatever reason, although understandably cost is cited as the dominant factor, there are many seniors who no longer wish to pay the premium on their life insurance policy. That decision and that decision alone is going to improve their cash flow immediately. The improved cash flow is the amount of the premium. To date, to donate a policy to a charity, the donor either must donate a paid up policy or maintain the responsibility for the premiums through an advance agreement. So, as you might guess, most potential donors let the policy lapse and the charity receives nothing. Now comes the Ensuring a Better World Fund. Now the potential donor can donate their policy with no obligations, no responsibility for premium payments going forward, or any other cost. Additional economic value may be realized from a charitable income tax deduction realized at the time of the donation. I must tell you, Ensuring a Better World Fund is not a tax advisor, and clients have to consult with their tax professionals for their particular circumstances. I will, however, note that charitable donations of life insurance have been going on and have been recognized by charities and the Internal Revenue Service for decades. Google it. Second, the paradigm shift. Usually when making a testamentary gift like a life insurance policy or naming a charity in a will, the charity realizes the dollars only at the death of the donor. Through our proprietary aggregation technique, donated policies are all aggregated into portfolios. These portfolios are designed to achieve actuarial credibility by aggregating a sufficient number of policies in a short enough period of time. As their portfolio matures, which means death occurs, money is distributed out to all the charities in the portfolio on a pro rata basis. Therefore, as you can imagine, funds can be distributed to the donor's charity during the donor's lifetime. That's a huge benefit to be able to see the good works that your donation has done. Lastly, and certainly the most important for our donors, has been the joy of giving. The potential donor has determined that he has outlived the need for a life insurance policy and is already deciding to let it go to waste. Everybody leaves a legacy. This is a no-cost, painless way to make a substantial gift toward that legacy and be recognized. The opportunity and benefits to charities. The absolute top value for charities is the fact that this is a no-cost option, that it can bring in steady donations on a predictable stream of income, that it is a fast and simple process, and that they need no industry experience or expertise to implement our program. There is simply no cost to ask your donors to donate a life insurance policy that they were already getting rid of. There is no financial or administrative obligations to the charities or the donors whatsoever after donation. Ensuring a Better World Fund does it all and pays for it all. There is no change to human behavior required. Ensuring a Better World Fund is a new and easy conversation to start. It's not an ask for money. You could start by saying, "Excuse me, have you thrown out your trash today? Was there by chance a life insurance policy in it? If so, a seamless transition to, if you have an unwanted policy, now you can donate it with no future obligations." I'm quite sure that Tracy, yourself, or Mary Beth can come up with a more tactful introduction, but it highlights that this donation is really a non-ask. It is not the usual request for money. In fact, it is an opportunity to explore how they can become affiliated with your charity without costing them any money. We don't want your money. We want the life insurance policy you are about to discard. Next, it is a source of steady donations for the charity. It's going to be that way for at least a couple more decades as the baby boomers age. Also, with our proprietary aggregation technique, you no longer wait for your donor to die, so the donation is not lumpy. Instead, because we have an actuarially credible pool, we have steady, predictable stream of giving from the portfolio. It's a very, very exciting paradigm shift for charities. And as we have attended the National Conference of Charitable Gift Planners over the last 5 years, we've realized that's one of the most exciting things our charity has to offer. The ability to have someone make a legacy gift and then try and get a blended gift, that annual gift from the premium savings that they just achieved. Then, much like an insurance company, the Ensuring a Better World Fund does work on the law of large numbers to aggregate those policies and let that charity know what they can expect in terms of distributions over the life of portfolio. A simple process. Donating a life insurance policy is a simple process, easy to explain and easy to execute with donors. There's no need for any charity to augment their staff. There's Ensuring a Better World Fund performs all of the underwriting and qualification process on behalf of the charities to help secure qualified donations. Not every policy is accepted. This is a program that relies on seniors who are lapsing their policy. Ensuring a Better World Fund determines whether the present value of the death benefit is greater than the present value of the premiums. If so, it qualifies for donation. Unlike a settlement company, we have no internal rate of return hurdle rate that we must achieve. If money can be given to charities, we will accept the donation. Charities often don't have internally and need not, with our program, have any life insurance industry experience. Ensuring a Better World Fund, again, provides the entire back office with our industry experience. I have over 30 years and our company has been around since 1988. Mr. Stuchner, my partner, has been in the business, first working with internally an insurance company, and now at his own brokerage company for 40 years. What we have established is a can't lose proposition for charities. The opportunity and benefits for our third constituency is the financial professionals. Having been in business, like I mentioned, for over 30 years, I know that life insurance professionals put their clients first. This is a way to have a no-cost conversation with your client and transform him from an unsatisfied client who's made premium payments for years only to see that policy about to lapse, and turn that, literally transform that into a delighted donor fulfilling his philanthropic ideal. It is a way to enable a legacy-sized, painless, no-cost gift. In addition to the potential value to the client of it, there is the charitable income tax deduction. Economically, for the financial professionals, there's continued renewal commission. Once the policy is donated to the Ensuring a Better World Fund, the policy will now be kept in force until the death of the insured. If the policy donated is a term policy, Ensuring a Better World Fund will need to convert that policy to a permanent policy. That means first-year commissions on the conversion. And I think we all know the value of that. In addition, this is an excellent networking opportunity and a great source of referral business from both the donor, who now is delighted to tell his story about the charity that he is supporting, or the charity itself, who's delighted to receive a gift that otherwise they could not or should not accept. Research proves that we all know that doing well while doing good increases job satisfaction, increases one's sense of self-worth. Your work with Ensuring a Better World Fund will have a lasting impact on the charity that you work with, the donor that you work with, and therefore the world. I know I do, and you've got to feel good about this. It's got to pump you up. It's got to make you feel good about yourself. In addition, you gain valuable prestige and influence in the industry that helps build your business. Think of the leaders of our industry. Check out the board of Fonseca. Think of the leaders of any industry. All are admired and celebrated for their philanthropic acts. I ask you to be involved. This is your chance. This is our time if you're a financial professional. This is our industry. This is the life insurance charity for the life insurance professional. Let's do us proud. And with that, I will transition to one such life insurance professional who did us all proud. Kevin O'Connor immigrated to the United States from England in his 20s. He became involved in the life insurance industry, and immediately he knew the benefits of learning and expertise. He truly loved his career. He witnessed firsthand how life insurance benefits saved families with children, paid for college, kept families in their homes, and businesses alive. He honed his craft and refined his expertise at the American College of Financial Services. That is, in fact, how I met Tracy. And it is because of that meeting that I am here with you today. He continued his passion for learning and forming close lifetime relationships at New York Society of Financial Service Professionals. Several years ago, Kevin decided he no longer needed two of his life insurance policies. He was obviously very well qualified to make that decision, and he sold one of his policies in the secondary market for low six figures. And instead of selling the second policy for the same amount, he became the first donation to the Ensuring a Better World Fund. Kevin passed away last year, and Kevin's policy has funded donations at two of the most important charitable institutions in his life, the American College and the Society. For Kevin, education and relationships is what life insurance and his legacy was all about. The exponential beauty of building relationships is what Tracy has shown today by inviting me here. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin's gift also funded dozens of scholarships at American College through the Ensuring a Better World Fund. And those scholarships will reverberate for years in the expertise of those that were taught and the clients they serve. His gift to the society allows their FSP Go series to be available free of charge to members. Education and relationships, a lasting legacy for all of us to emulate. I want to close before taking questions to discuss a legacy of my own. For over 2 decades, I was honored to serve on the board of trustees of an elementary day school in Chicago. While serving, the school doubled in size, built a new wing, and built a new sports field. It is no doubt a better place than when I first joined. However, what I loved most about being on that board was the 8th grade graduations. Funny, over the years, every year, the 8th graders stayed the same age, even though I got older. But what was unmistakable in all those graduations and the ones to come in the future are that the 8th graders are our future. We all leave a legacy. It's not determined by race, by gender, by ethnicity, by religion, or the like. The next generation will inherit that legacy, and the next generation is coming year by year. Now, think back to what cause, what charity you thought about when we began this webinar. Our legacy is determined by each of us. What legacy do you want to leave? The Ensuring a Better World Fund can help you make that happen. Again, I want to thank Tracy, the foundation, but most of all, I want to thank you for sharing some of your most important, valuable asset, your time, with me today. Now I urge you, please take more of your time and ensure a better world for us all. Thank you very much. With that, I'll open it up to questions.
Thank you so much for that great presentation. We do have a question that we received during the presentation. There's a couple of different pieces. So I'll start with who qualifies or what policies qualify?
Great. So obviously we encourage everyone to visit our web, call us, email us, but I'm going to give you the general outlines. The general outlines are seniors, so those age 65 and up. As far as life insurance policies, all types of policies qualify, from variable, second to die, individual, universal life, term life, even group life if it's portable. We do need a minimum death benefit of $250,000. It's not that it does not work with policies that are smaller. It's just that the administrative burden of underwriting and distributing makes those less economical. And the big caveat is that it is also a matter of health. If you find someone who's younger, whose health is compromised, those policies would be accepted also. I do want to say, though, as life insurance professionals, we do not encourage lapse at any time, especially those policies on people who are ill. Hope that answers the question.
And the second part of it is how would donors get started? And I do want to add that you can certainly contact me and I can help make that transition to David and working with him. And I'm sure that, and he's also available to help get donors started. And David, do you want to talk a little bit about the process, about how you do qualify donors?
Absolutely. The formula is actually quite simple. It is just what is the present value of the death benefit minus the present value of the premiums. And the way you determine that is twofold. First, we do need some health information on the potential donor. And we have developed an online screening questionnaire that will take about 15 minutes that we take the donor to, that gives us a rough life expectancy estimate. If any of you have been involved in the life settlement business, you know that there are companies, AVS, Fasano, 21st, that actually will take your attending physician statements and they will then develop a life expectancy report. Ours is much simpler and much faster. In most cases, we do not need any attending physician statements. It is just that questionnaire. After we determine a life expectancy, we then need illustrations from the carrier. And that again is something that we facilitate with the donor. But after we do that, we simply crunch the numbers. And if the premiums are less than the death benefit on a present value basis, that policy will qualify for donation. Do want to stress one thing, and I'm not sure this was a question, but it's very important to note. The donor actually donates the policy to the Ensuring a Better World Fund. But the donor in the grant agreement selects the charity they wish to support.
Listening to a life insurance policy presentation from the Foundation for Appalachian Ohio.
Hi, Pat. Nice to hear you.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Maybe you had something you want to add or a question. I really, appreciate actually anybody who wants to share a story or a situation. Happy to discuss. I do want to emphasize, in our program, donors choose the charity they wish to support. Ensuring a Better World Fund is responsible for all the payments and administrations, and all the charities do is sit back and receive. Actually, there are charities that have received donations from us that never knew they were named by the donor. We actually prefer that we'll tell the charity so the donor can be recognized. What a great, wonderful gift that donor has made. And we'd certainly like them to be recognized. We have a plaque and a baseball dugout at Hillsdale College up in Michigan. So we don't choose how you wish to support. That's up to the donor.
I know when, David, when we first started talking, I had numerous questions and you were so patient with me, but one of them is can it be donated to more than one charity? Or, even if it came to FAO, could it be more than one fund?
And so the answer is yes, we try and limit it to two. And that's again for administrative reasons. But if it was to more than one fund at the same charity, that's easy for us to do too. What we would do is just simply notify the charity that when donations come from us, they are to be applied accordingly. And that's especially true when you find that we're being used in tandem with building or endowments, because usually a testamentary gift either falls into the endowment category or new construction. Because our proprietary aggregation technique really changes that from a one-time lumpy into a steady stream of income, most charities look at us as annual giving once the funds start to flow. So absolutely, that can be done, Tracy.
Mm-hmm. And another question that I had was, once, let's say that the policy qualifies and the donor does donate the policy, that policy remains at the life insurance agent that it's held until it comes to fruition or death.
Correct. Correct. We do not move the policy. We just simply change the owner and change the beneficiary. And that highlights the commission question too on term policy. If that is a term policy, we will convert that to a permanent policy. And that commission stays with the life insurance agent that procured the policy. I did kind of see in a chat a question that we get often, which is how do you find life insurance policies that are about to lapse? Would say the usual course is financial professionals that have been in the business and they stay in touch with their clients. We're a profession that is very good at service. And as you do your annual reviews, most life insurance professionals know which clients are considering lapsing their policy. At that point, this is a beautiful alternative. And another way has been people actually going out into various centers of influence, Rotary clubs, chambers of commerce, and the like, or social clubs that particularly deal with seniors, and let them know about the Ensuring a Better World Fund. It's a great way to find clients. Put on a seminar at the local, Y, and have it be attended by, or focused on seniors. Most of them don't know about this opportunity. So it is a great way to mine for business. And again, because it's not an ask to buy something, it's much more palatable. Any other questions, comments?
I know, David, too, when we were first talking and you were so kind to provide this as well, we do have specific handouts focused to donors, focused to professional advisors, focused to nonprofits. So just know that we do have a lot of resources that could be of help as you explore this, and anyone interested, please let us know. And I know David would provide as well as I can do that.
We also have this trifold that can be left. And if you're going to, make a presentation, we certainly can get that to you. And you can, leave that with potential donors when you're doing a presentation or if you're doing a mailing. But there is, besides our website, as Tracy mentioned, ample takeaways if someone is more tactile like I am and likes to, touch and read. So I do encourage you to make sure that you have, whatever information you need from us. Consistency of message is crucial. And I really, welcome the opportunity to work with both charities, financial professionals, advisors, bankers, anyone who may mine for a life insurance policy. Again, I can't emphasize this enough. This is a huge, huge marketplace, $20 trillion. And again, 90% of it is lapsing. You don't have to do anything. Don't ever convince anyone to lapse a life insurance policy. They bought it for a reason. It's a needs-based sale. We're truly underinsured as a country, even though we have $20 trillion of it out there. But these decisions are being made. And it's there that the opportunity lies. Be there when that decision is being made. Make sure your clients know that if they're making that decision, this opportunity is out there. No different than life settlements in that sense. People should know they have the opportunity to sell their policy. Many people are creeped out by the idea that a third party would profit on their death. So life settlement is not an option, but we do not get that resistance. Life settlements have huge amount of documentation. We do not. So I think that you'll find that if you are there when a person is considering lapsing their policy, nearly 100% of them will consider the donation process. They all won't be accepted. But considering there's about $100 billion a year that is lapsing in this marketplace, actually more than that, last year close to 180 billion. In this marketplace alone, they're out there. It's not necessarily easy to find, but easy to talk about and easy to inform. I don't know if there's any other questions. I know that The foundation has done a very good job at keeping these to approximately 45 minutes, and I think we're right on top of that. And again, I just want to thank everybody who's been on this webinar and thank the foundation for putting it together, especially Mary Beth and Tracy. We need you to be successful. We need you to find these policies. And with that, we will transform and really impact the world and make it a better place for us all.
Thank you.
I think we turn that now back over to Tracy and Mary Beth.